I won against your constellation. What? Is that a joke? I don't joke about things like that. The reason this whole mess started in the first place was because your constellation summoned you after you left the White Lotus Palace, right? Right. Something didn't add up. From your explanation, it seemed like the constellation had no interest in running the family. That's why I asked him myself. Arg. You are not going to die anyway, so stand up. I have a question. What? I heard you summoned Yen Lang. Why did you do that? That's the request from the current matriarch of the Shui family. Her youngest daughter needs to receive my divine protection, but she keeps refusing. That's why she thought her daughter would listen to me, a constellation, so I gave the order. Is that all? I thought I heard you abandoned Yen Lang before. This is my first time hearing that. This is also my first time hearing that the matriarch's youngest daughter is called Yen Lang. What the? Is that so? So you were used by the matriarch, huh? What? Then, by confusing people with nonsensical words and deceiving those around her, the matriarch used the constellation as she pleased for her own greed. Shui Lianhua. She deceived both the Shui family and the constellation for her own benefits. Putting everything else aside, she ruined my life just to become the family matriarch. That's disgusting. So I told him to cancel the contract. What? What contract? The contract your constellation made with the family matriarch. Perhaps, by now, the Deep Snow King is reclaiming all of the power he has given you. Your contract with the Deep Snow King is broken. Let alone a family matriarch, she won't even amount to anything anymore. That's why, there's no need for you to get your hands dirty. You didn't have to go that far. For me. Thanks. Thank you so much. Kim Juhyuk. Enough. Well, now that there's no problem left with the Shui family, you can concentrate on your physical training, right? I get it. My lord, should I keep following them? No. Instead, look for that person's enemy. Grand Cult's hideout. What the? Why are we gathered here? Of course it was because Lord Constellation summoned us here. That's true, but didn't he order Kim Juhyuk to be killed? Why is he suddenly looking for his enemies instead? Perhaps he has changed his mind. Who was the first guy to move after receiving the order? It was me. So what does Kim Juhyuk, who was our target, do? That guy was quite strange. While following Kim Juhyuk, I had him investigated. Surprisingly, I couldn't find any information. The only thing I found was that he was raised in an orphanage without knowing his parents. I couldn't find anything special. The information was provided by an investigation company I trust, so it should be reliable. After that, I followed him around and waited for Lord Constellation's order to get rid of him. Surprised, but he defeated both the Shui family's descendants and the matriarch. After that, his elimination order was put on hold. And when he defeated the Shui family's guardian Constellation, Lord Constellation ordered me to look for Kim Juhyuk's enemies instead. Yeah, what's more? Belligerent devil. Asks if the storage stone is ready. Yes, my lord. Have you found that person's enemies? Yes, there are 3 organizations that are in a hostile relationship with Kim Juhyuk. Ventric Family, Soul Fanatic, and Superior Race. The Soul Fanatic and Superior Race are both evil organizations, while the Ventric Family is a prestigious family in England, but in the case of the Ventric Family, they have suddenly taken a friendly stance towards Kim Juhyuk. Perhaps they have made some kind of deal after the Ventric Family's raid. We can't say they are his enemy now. And although they haven't shown any hostile movements yet, there's a rumor that an evil organization called Complete Burial is targeting Kim Juhyuk. Are those bastards trying to raise the name value? Well, I think so. I will issue a new order. Slay his enemies. Let me skip training today. I need to go back to my house to get something. Okay, to get something. Is it important? If it's important, it would be great if she could bring back a holy relic or something. Since the Choijin family's constellation may be my disciple. After fighting against the Shui family's constellation, I also checked the relics that the Shui family had collected. But none of them were special. The catastrophe is just around the corner, and when we take the Tower of Destruction into consideration, each and every single one of my disciples is important, but we are running out of time. I heard that the White Lotus Association possesses quite a few holy relics. Should I check that place too? It's annoying. An animal mask. Don't tell me. Who is asking? Since there are many eyes watching, let's go out and talk. Well, alright. Before I come back, you two can spar between yourselves. What? Why should me and her? I feel like I will win easily though. Win easily. Do you know who I am? I don't know, so let's fight first. I am from market. I figured that out after looking at your mask and costume. But wasn't the market a place where anonymity was guaranteed? If you come to the academy and call out a user like this, it will only damage the market's credibility. Can you take responsibility for that? Please calm down. I came because I have something to give you. Something to give me. Yes. What's this? A letter. Yes. It's a letter from the true owner of the market. The true owner of the market. A constellation called the master behind the scene, the one who created the market. Yes. Please read the contents of the letter, and if you can respond, please come to the market. If I can respond. Yes. Besides Sir Kim Joo-hyuk, I have delivered that letter to several other people. And our constellation is looking for someone who can read the letter. And since I don't know the contents of the letter myself, if you figure it out and want to respond to the letter, please come to the market. Since our constellation will be waiting. Then, please excuse me. A letter from the constellation. That's what he said. What does it say? I can't recognize those letters. I have to go to the market. Because I was the one who made the characters written in this letter. It seems like these days, you often go out without having to apply separately. Well, that's right. I made a deal with that white-haired teacher. Since the results were good last time, just steadily provide monster information. White hair. I guess you're talking about Lilia. But did you say you created the characters written in the letter? That's right. Why did you create it? Even though it was a complete mess 300 years ago, there were still characters existing. Should I say it was part of my training? It was something like that. Anyway, since it's embarrassing, let's just move on. Before I get into the mind realm and beat someone up. Alright. Was that an iron gate? Alan, I thought I would never come back to the market. But here I am again. Come to think of that. I guess the reason the sky is purple like here is because of the guy I'm going to meet now. The sky I remembered from 300 years ago was purple like this place. Mr. Kim Joo-hyuk. Perhaps, are you here because of the letter? That's right, where should I go now? Please follow me, I'll guide you there. Don't I also have to wear a separate mask? That's not needed since I'll guide you through the secret passage instead of the main corridor. Market. Area 7. Isn't Black Cat here? Kim Hyuk, look at the building outside the window. Ha! The yellow part of that building is all banknotes. Was there a building like this in the last market as well? Was there? I don't remember well. You're here, Mr. Kim Joo-hyuk. So, did you bring the answer to the letter? Well, yes, but it wasn't a letter where the response was predetermined like an answer. What? What do you mean? Let me see what it says. Give me a pen and paper. Here you go. Right, thanks. What's this? Is this some kind of joke? There are 5 individuals suspected of selling the ring. Of the 3 who came claiming they would answer the letter. All turned out to be frauds, and all they bought was the wrath of His Holiness. It looks similar to the text in the letter, but what does this mean? It means no. The ruler of the underworld says, no. It seems you've been verified, so you should meet Her Holiness as soon as possible. All right. If you touch this, you will be transported to Her Holiness's mind realm. Okay. Ah, this magic power. Even though your appearance has changed, I can tell by your magic. It's been a long time. Luminous. Ah. Master. This lowly disciple. I'm very happy to see you again, Master. Why are you sitting on your knees? Get up. Yes. But Master, you still remember those characters. You didn't forget them. I made it for myself, but Ola. After I decided to take you as my disciple, I realized that you didn't know any language or characters. You could only express basic intentions with your head gestures. You, who originally refused to learn any characters. I started my first teaching by saying that we would make letters together. I thought that once you became interested in writing, you would easily learn the original characters and language, so I invested in that. So that later on, I could teach you things like martial arts. Thanks to you, I was able to understand both speech and writings. It's all possible thanks to the Master. So, you also know the contents of the letter, right? Yes, I miss you, Master. If you see me again, will you marry me? That's why I answered, no. Why? Why would you ask that? There's no time for that kind of thing now. We'll talk about it later, but right now, this world is just as dangerous as it was 300 years ago. Okay, I can't help it if that's the case. Now. But Master, did you see the building outside? Ah, the building made of bills. I did, but why? That building, it's all for my Master. You can stay there from now on. I don't want to. What? Why? 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 This woman, she got worse in the meantime without my supervision. Yes, this is why I named her Luminous. I can't help it, at times like this. Why? 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 Pull yourself together. Ugh. Cool your head, don't get too excited. Master, don't you like my gift? It's what you wanted, Master. I wanted a building full of money. Yes. I really wanted to live in a building that is fully made of money. A building made of money. Yes, and as high as a mountain. Is that Master's dream? Should I call it a dream? Well, isn't it? Later, when there is peace, I want to live buried in a bundle of money. It's still a long way off. So, learn quickly and become strong. End disasters on your side, like they never happened. So I will be able to suck some honey right. If you understand, finish the training. Yes. Become strong. No matter what. I will make my Master's dream come true. So, even though I couldn't fulfill Master's dream during your lifetime, now, 300 years later, since it's reasonably peaceful, I finally built a building made of money. Was it something like that? Hold on, but if you built the building knowing I'll be reincarnated. That's right. Even though I don't know who it is, I received a notification window that told me Master would be reincarnated. If that notification window hadn't appeared, hey, I probably would have gone crazy. I think she's crazy enough now. Luminous, this is not the time for that. What? Now peace seems far away. Right. The Tower of Destruction will rise again, and disasters will occur again soon. The Tower of Destruction will rise again, and disasters will occur again soon. It's supposed to be a new life where the master can rest comfortably. It's so frustrating. Anyway, there's that, and right now I'm living in the Valhalla dormitory, so I refuse to live here separately. Ah. Alright, master. There's nothing I can do. Then, could you lend me a hand for a moment? Ha. This is the Grand Owner ring from the market. With this, you'll have access to all the authority in the market. You'll be able to handle not only transactions but also the financial operations of the market. And it will also make it easier for you to move here. I'm always ready to help master, so please make good use of it. Alright, thank you. I seem to get rings a lot these days. Well, I'll be going for today then. Yes, master. The ruler of the underworld asks, has he gone? Yes, he went back to Valhalla Academy. The ruler of the underworld says, we must buy Valhalla Academy. Valhalla Academy. Why on earth Valhalla? Is it just for Kim Joo-hyuk by any chance? The Constellation easily handed over the Grand Owner's ring of the market. What on earth is Kim Joo-hyuk up to? What kind of strong connection does a 17-year-old high school student have with the Constellation? Kim Joo-hyuk. May I ask what his relationship is with dear Constellation? Sky. He's my Sky. Who? You motherfuckers. How dare you touch my son without any fear? The one, Destroyer Rogan. You're here. Die. Land. What, that guy, isn't he the one? Why is he here? It seems like revenge for the incident where his son was attacked. Let's leave the small fry to him and aim for the leader. TSK. Was there still a rat that hadn't come out yet? Ilshan's leader Dragon King Hannibal. Where am I? I heard news of an intrusion, and suddenly I heard an explosion, and when I came to my senses, I was here. It doesn't seem to be the office for sure. Did it shift to some other space? It's annoying. What? The sound of heartbeat. Ugh. Arg. Don't worry, in this space, as long as I don't want to. Ugh. Your death will not be permitted. Arg. This strange space, furthermore this absurdly powerful phenomenon. So this is the mind realm of the constellations. On top of that, this formidable and unpleasant magical power, and that goat-shaped mask. Are you the constellation of the Ilgeo clan, Tugue? You figured it out faster than I thought. Yes, I'm Tugue. Ilgeo clan's guardian constellation Tugue. I heard there was a commotion outside. Did your clan members attack us? But why are you targeting us? That commotion was probably caused by the current, the one, because he knows that you attacked his child. So Logan's here. Damn it, what the fuck should I do now? Even if it wasn't you in the first place, he would have killed them all. Why, weren't you guys also aiming for Kim Joo-hyuk in the first place? Don't we have the same goal then? Yes, it was like that at first. He was our target. At first. But do you know what criteria we use to set our targets? I don't know. He's known as the strongest. I only killed those who boasted about being the strongest, regardless of their actual strength. What? Then what was the reason for killing the previous the one? Because he boasted about being the strongest. He was trash who didn't deserve such a title. Then, I don't know any more. I've never claimed to be the strongest. Yes, but you guys made a mistake. You tried to harm someone who deserved the title, strongest. We were trying to harm the strongest. What on earth does this mean? Whatever the case, if we stay quiet like this, it's certain that I'll die at the hands of that crazy constellation. If that's the case, no matter how strong the constellation's mind realm is, I should be able to strike back using the relics and magic of our guardian constellation. After that, I can find my way out of here. A sacred relic. I guess you always carried it with you, since concepts have been passed on in the mind realm. Damn it. The constellation avoided it. Then on the back. Ha! What's this? Where on earth has the constellation gone? On top of that, I can't even feel their presence, let alone their magic. Is this possible in the mind realm of the constellation? Even hiding the overflowing magic power. Damn it, where the hell are they? My strongest person. My master. You guys dare to put hands on him. So I won't kill you that easily. Arg. The next day morning, Valhalla dormitory. What's this? What's wrong? The whole Ilshan and Ilgio gangs are wiped out. Headline news. The villainous group Ilshan, which terrorized the association and guild, has been annihilated. The villainous group Ilgio, members found dead. Both clans were wiped out all of a sudden. Who's the culprit? All of a sudden. Come to think of it, you fought against both groups, haven't you? Well, that's right. I was planning to get rid of them once I leave Valhalla one day, but it looks like I don't have to worry about that anymore. I see. No wait, you're going to leave Valhalla. Aren't you going to graduate? Yes, it was because of the notification window that I entered this school in the first place. Find the weapon and memory. Valhalla Constellation Room, 3rd basement floor. 5th room on the right. Conditions met, House of Madagea Rona, Valhalla Forest. Caution. Satisfaction is possible only with a local inspection. Now that I've met all the conditions of the notification window, there's not much reason to stay at this school. Well, not immediately, but after the calamity is over. Alright, Valhalla Chairman's Office. Valhalla Academy Chairman Shim Deok-woon. Who are you? Nice to meet you, I'm Black Cat, the owner of the black market. Market owner Black Cat. Well, let's stop beating around the bush and let me get to the point straight. Sell the school to me. Please sell this school to me. What? No wait, did you say that you're the owner of the black market? That's right, so you also knew about the market, huh? Yes, even though I haven't tried to go there myself. Well, that's what most people say. Anyway, I can't sell Valhalla to such a shady place. Is that so? How about this? I don't need money. If you think I'm going to pass the school like this, you're mistaken. Do you even know what mindset I had when I founded the academy in the first place? In my days as a hunter, Korea was so vulnerable to labyrinths and monsters. When it came to crimes caused by humans, they could be handled by regular police, but when it came to monster attacks, the government would send official requests to guilds. Contracted hunters affiliated guilds would go and deal with them. The government also created a monster response unit composed of contractors to deal with monsters, but due to selecting anyone without proper consideration, it ended up being less effective than guild members. So I decided, I will create an academy to train contractors and hunters in Korea, on par with those abroad. Now, successfully operating the academy, outstanding contractors from Valhalla are active not only as guild hunters but also in various other fields. Thanks to them, Korea's monster response speed currently holds the record for the fastest in the world. Would you understand what mindset I have in operating this academy? Yes, that's great. I'm not talking about changing the chairman's educational motto. The school's operational policy will remain the same, but the substantive owner will be me. You want me to believe that? Were you short on money? No, I definitely don't need money. Is that so? Really, this money. Is that so? Money. Shim Dia Kwon, 62 years old. Please take good care of the school. Finally decided to retire. I'll have to change the nameplate. Your Majesty, as you said, I bought the Valhalla Academy. The ruler of the underworld says, connect the entrance of the building with Valhalla's space. By building, do you mean the central building of the market? The ruler of the underworld says, yes. The ruler of the underworld says, and install CCTV cameras everywhere. CCTV. I think it's already been installed enough. The ruler of the underworld says, install them more densely. Alright. So, it's possible to see what foxes are tailing the master. Anyway, it seems like school was a little chaotic today. Really? Because I'm not interested. Somewhat, the teachers were quite busy. Actually, today's self-study time was strangely long. Do you care about that, too? It's creepy, Ju Hyuk. What's this? Did you finally return from your hometown? Yes. I was in the classroom all day today, didn't you see me? I've been sleeping all this time. You're going to the gym right away, right? Then, I'll be right there. I have something I want to show you. What's this? Isn't this a different sword than the one I used to see? Yes. Actually, I went to my hometown to get this sword. Doesn't that sword radiate a strong magical power? Yes, this is a family relic. What? Then, is the Blue Moon sword, Choi Jaina's relic? That's right. How do you have that? Having passed the selection test, I've become the legitimate successor of our family. Even so, it's not that common to hand over relics directly to high school students, is it? Since my father allowed it, it doesn't matter. Junhyuk, do you think it's okay for me to train with this Blue Moon sword from now on? Well, it's up to you to do as you please. But before that, can I touch the Blue Moon sword once? It's the family's relic containing the Constellations' power, and you're asking her to just hand it over to you like that. Damn, she's so loud. Sure, here. Oh, thank you. She gave it away too easily. It's strange. The magic power coming from this sword feels strangely familiar. Long time no see. Hyun-oh Hyung. Okay, Choi Jinga, Guardian Constellation Dawang. It's been a while. Ridhan Libert scan Hyun-oh Hyung. Ridhan Libert stan Aya. Kiddo, is that you? How much longer are you going to call me that? I'm already grown up, you know. Wait, come to think of it, did I ever tell you my name? Ridhan Libertas Sean. The only thing you did was rush at me with your sword. Well, even if I want to after becoming a constellation, I've already forgotten my name. Even if you tell me your name, I'm still going to call you kiddo. Seriously, Hyung. So this brat became a constellation too. Well, I guess I can only be seen as a kid from your point of view. When I think about it, he was such an interesting brat. Let's fight. Blade King 300 years ago. What are you talking about? You kiddo. Aren't you the strongest among the adults around here, mister? Let's fight. To address my master who just became an adult as a mister, should I kill him, master? Calm down. But why are you trying to fight? Do you love fighting? Ridhan Liberts SC. I want to create the strongest swordsmanship. The strongest swordsmanship that can make anyone, regardless of age or gender, stronger. When monsters attacked my family, everyone died because no one knew how to use a sword. That's why I want to create it. So that no one else has to go through what I experienced. That's why, fight me. Ridhan Libert scan because the swordsmanship that defeats you will soon be the strongest swordsmanship. What a brave kiddo. Let alone swordsmanship, it doesn't seem like you can hold a sword properly. If you call me Hyung, I will be your opponent. Alright. Let's fight, Hyung. Alright. Just so you know, I don't go easy on kids. Don't you think that wouldn't have happened if you had lost just once? Is that something the guy who wishes to create the strongest swordsmanship should say? Well, thanks to your guidance, every time I lost, I was able to create my blade technique. Are you talking about the invincible blade? Or something? That's right. If you had become my disciple, I would have watched over you consistently. Didn't you think of that? It's not like I hadn't thought about that, but if I did, even if my swordsmanship was completed, that wouldn't have been my blade technique, but Hyung's blade technique, right? When I thought about that, there was no other way. You've got some guts, brat. And here I was wondering why Choi Rin's swordsmanship was so familiar. Now I understand. After becoming a constellation, I tried my best to teach the contractor my blade technique, you know. But it's a lot different from the blade. I used to know. Ah, that. As you know, training one's magic power takes priority over training one's body these days. If they learn my blade the way it is, it will put a strain on their bodies. So, I made some improvements to make it easier for them to learn. Although it still has a long way from being the strongest swordsmanship. Is that so? Before you met me, did you receive a notification window or something like that? No. Were the notifications only sent to those who were directly related to me? Ridhan Libert scan. Then everything makes sense. Hyuno Hyung, this is also considered fate. Shall we fight? Ridhan Libert Sean. Alright. Let's see how much stronger you have become, kiddo. TYY. Alright. In Libert's Sean Van. It's been a while since I am this excited. I had a good time. Yeah. Your constellation is a good guy, so practice your swordsmanship while communicating frequently with him. Alright. Seriously. This doesn't make sense at all. Ridhan Libert scan. Fishenbert scan China Shui family. SCA Elders, White Lotus Association Leader, what did you summon me for? Shui Lien. Shui family 3 elders. As you know, the matriarch's position is still vacant. We called you in because it seems like we need to pick a new matriarch as soon as possible. We were thinking of asking you, the White Lotus Association leader, to become the matriarch, but it's our tradition that the White Lotus Association leader can't become the matriarch. Do you have any other candidates in mind, association leader? Whoever it is, we have to pick a better candidate than Shui Lianhua, who was the last matriarch. She was a wicked woman who used our family's guardian constellation as a tool to protect her own position. I understand. The candidate I want to recommend is As I said before, refrain from using your magic power as much as possible and fight using only your physical abilities. And since that sword is a holy relic, fight with the sword in its sheath. I got it. I don't mind if she unsheaths it though. You're fighting her bare-handed, what if you get cut? It's annoying if accidents happen during the spar. By the way, why are you here? You had no problem with me watching you and Yen Lang spar last time. Why are you doing this? I'm also curious. Ridhan Libert's Sean. About how Yen Lang, who beat me one-sidedly in a sparring match last time, will fight against Choi Rin now. Although Choi Rin has gotten stronger thanks to Kim Juhyuk's guidance and the holy relic, can she hold out against Yen Lang? Listen to Junyuk, kitten. If I draw my sword, you will definitely get hurt. Stop calling me kitten. You ugh. Cook. Riohan Libert Stan. Hyap. Cook. N. Ugh. This spiky head is strong. When did she become this strong? I don't know her skills. Cook. Rishan Libert Scan. But I've seen her sparring against Kim Juhyuk a few times. But she wasn't this strong back then. Her movements are completely different from before. Cook. You dodge well, kitten. Do you think I will be hit by something like that? She's seeing through all of my straightforward attacks. There's a limit to how much I can keep pushing her with force. And if things continue like this, I will be beaten one-sidedly. I must prepare to take one hit from her and make my counterattack. A. Ho. Cook. Johann Liberts Sean. Of. Nan. Nan. Uug. Enough. The sparring match is over. Since both of you are injured, go and get treatment. I'll give you a personal review later. Sure. Not bad. After signing a contract with him, it looks like she communicated with Kiddo quite often. In such a short period of time, her skills have improved. Nan. Nan. You alright? Why yeah. That was dangerous. It was fortunate that I deliberately went deep into her sword's path. If I had taken on the sword tip where the greatest force would be generated when swinging, I would have collapsed without being able to block it. I only managed to block it because it was the area around the sword guard where less force was generated. Could it be that the reason she suddenly became stronger has something to do with that holy relic? Anyway, that's it for today. Alright. A few days later, the exact location of the catastrophe. I've found it. Yuto. I've pinpointed the exact location of the disaster. Where is it happening? It's in Sejong City. That's the name of the area. Do you know the exact date? It's 3 weeks from now. Last time it was said to be about 3 months away, so that sounds about right. What you said at that time. The idea was to beat the labyrinth as quickly as possible, right? That's right. What should I do with monsters that burst out outside when I go into the labyrinth? So last time I told you to gather some team members. Have you found people who can be of use yet? I think there are. People who can actually help. Really? Why not deploy several contractors throughout the area in advance? Hi, that would be good. However, since you're the only one who needs to kill the labyrinth boss, just focus on that. Alright. Well, let's sort it out again. I'll put this ring on and quickly break through the labyrinth. Instead of smashing the labyrinth, we'll break through and catch the labyrinth boss. Right. Yes, please do that. What should I do after that? Use this. What's this? It's a disposable teleport crystal. If you infuse it with magic, it will transport you here. Here. Can't you just call me yourself? Of course, that's possible too, but there are limitations to knowing the outside situation from within. I plan to keep a close watch on the movements of the labyrinth boss at the moment the disaster occurs. So you'd better move as soon as the labyrinth is cleared. Alright. Then, prepare yourself, we'll see each other in 3 weeks. First, I'll contact Adelia and have some Ventric family contractors stationed. The kids I'm watching right now are not at the level of obstacles, so I think it'll be easier to take them. Since it will be a weekend like today in 3 weeks. I should put in a request for an outing. Let's ask Lilia first. Hello. I called because of the application for going out. Ju Hyuk, I'm in trouble. What's going on? I was fired from Valhalla. I see. What do you mean, I see? Isn't that too harsh? You must be fired because you deserve to be fired, I guess. Even my drill instructor evaluations have always been top-notch, and I consistently submit papers on monsters outside of class. It's a little weird. Is it common to cut a normal instructor during the semester, not during vacation? Even though the chairman changed, isn't it too sudden? What? The chairman has changed. This is a secret to the students. I don't know why, but I kept my mouth shut so that there wouldn't be any articles. Isn't it pretty suspicious? What does it have to do with the secret change of chairman? So, if Lily's been cut, I won't be able to use outing permits freely anymore. Is it time to drop out from here? I think I have to go to the chairman's office all of a sudden, so while I'm at it, I'll ask what happened. Ju Hyuk, you don't have to. Click what? Yelang Hae. I heard I was kicked out of Valhalla. For what? What is this again? Why is she getting kicked too all of a sudden? Why is this happening all of a sudden? Besides, oddly enough, it seems like a series of incidents are popping up around me. Whatever it is, I should meet the chairman quickly. Chairman of the board, Black Cat. I had a feeling, and it turns out I was right. Black Cat, did you become the chairman of the board? Not exactly. I'm just the chairman on the outside, and the actual chairman is the holy constellation that I serve. Then, Yalong and Lily, did you kick them out because of Luminous? That's right. Why? I have identified and gotten rid of vixens who challenged the master. Did not hesitate and cut them out. That's what she says. I also want to kick out a student named Choi Rin, was that right? She says. No, do it in moderation and bring back the people who were expelled. I didn't particularly provoke them, I only taught or utilized them, but it feels uncomfortable thinking they might be expelled because of it. The ruler of the underworld responds with an extremely dissatisfied tone, saying, all right. They said okay. But why did you buy Valhalla? It was a sudden order from the holy constellation. I heard that you refused to live in the money building in the market. Well, because I'm living here in the dorm intact. So, if I purchase this Valhalla, the master can live in the building. She said that to me while I bought it. It's only because of that. And I connected one of the rooms at the Valhalla Academy to a building in the market. Only authorized people can go to this room, so if you need it, you can use it comfortably. Alright. Is there anything else you need? So, you can do whatever you want with this school, right? I don't intend to infringe on teaching rights, but I do. Well, I'd like to ask you a favor, can you help me? What's this? What's this? I just came down because it had something to do with my family. What the hell is with this bunch of monsters? Kiliek. Of Keek. More goblins will come, so run away quickly. Thank you. It's different. It's definitely different from the virtual monsters I fought in the simulation. The heavy sensation in my hand gives me strange goosebumps. I've managed to get rid of a goblin. Can I deal with all of these guys? Damn it. I have to at least catch about half of them. Kawak. June. What's this? They're already sorted out. Ryu Soyun. Was it a Rin Choi, and Yen Lang? Why the hell are you guys here? I think you should ask that guy about that, right? Oh what? 2 weeks ago. Valhalla Auditorium. What are you calling me for? Didn't we do all our physical training? I called because I had something to say personally. Before that, you can see the cat over there, right? That's the president of Valhalla now. What? Then what about the mustache chairman we had before? He retired, leaving me as the new chairman of the board. Still, we haven't heard any news about the CEO change separately, have we? We appreciate your understanding that it was carried out discreetly for a reason. Anyway, it was planned to be announced to the students once some time had passed, and you just happened to find out a little earlier. For your information, my name is Black Cat, and I look forward to working with you. Black Cat. Anyway, the reason this new CEO was brought here is because I suggested the establishment of a new department, and the CEO approved it. So, I guess not much changes for me then, huh? That's true, but I called you to participate. You'll still be training, but now you'll also have the opportunity to go out and hunt monsters, which could help you get stronger, don't you think? Was it like that? Then I'll join in. Of course, I'll participate if Ju Hyuk wants to. Wait, I might be losing track of the conversation. First, about the new CEO, is he the same person as the owner of Market, Black Cat? That's right. Did you know the market? In the first place, I thought a market was a lie on the internet, I didn't know it was the real deal. Then, how did Kim Ju-hyuk manage to get approval for the special class you suggested? Did you happen to know the new chairman? Well, that's right. I knew he was insanely strong, but to be on familiar terms with the owner of the market too. It's not on the average high school student scale. So you're gonna come too, right? Of course. Who wouldn't refuse to take classes when they don't have to? Of course, while basic classes and written exams are exempted, there are conditions. You are required to participate in events like debates or practical exams that require public exposure. Did they say so? At first, I thought so too, but upon further consideration, I realized I also have a position to consider. In a way, students receive the highest privileges, don't they? Then there should be parts that can convince other students or instructors. First of all, the first students to come into this special class are strong enough to be recognized by other students and instructors. So, there's no problem in that regard. But from the school's perspective, putting the strongest students from Valhalla into this special class is a loss. So, I would appreciate it if you could actively participate in external activities to elevate the status of Valhalla. You can't just catch monsters outside, right? That's good, but it would also be great if you could showcase that strength in front of the students. This is not a request from Black Cat, but rather a request from the CEO of Valhalla. What's wrong with this guy? Did he suddenly develop a sense of responsibility for the CEO position after retiring himself? Well, it's a condition like this anyway. Has anyone changed their mind? Well, nothing will change for me, so I'll just stay the same, but it seems like they have the same mindset as me, don't they? Yes. That's right. Good. So, the first external activity for this class will be, was it Hyuk? Why are you here? That's rather what I want to say. I came down for the weekend because I had my parents' house here. And then this mess happened, so why are you guys here? Why? Choi Erin, Yen Lang, get ready. Yes. Alright. Ken Wook. We came here to do this. This isn't bad at all. Kim Ju-hyuk, was he always like this? There were even high-ranking demons that we never even faced during our mock tests, and he really cut them off in one blow. Ju-hyuk Nim. I discovered a labyrinth that appears to be the source of the disaster. It's 5 kilometers away from here, and monsters are densely surrounding it. What about the other agents of the Ventric family? They are each evacuating citizens while preventing damage from the monsters. Mojiri. Your constellation hasn't woken up yet. They haven't responded yet. It's been over 3 months since that brat manifested, and she's still doing nothing. It's not that hard to catch monsters anyway. Well, she only has the ability to deal with minor enemies. Well, understood. Tell the Ventric guys to stop playing dress-up with their capes and help with evacuations by treating the wounded. That would be more helpful in restoring your tarnished image, wouldn't it? Alright. Shall we move towards the heart of the disaster then? Before that. Erin, Yen and you both dispose of monsters that are rushing to the citizens and evacuate the citizens with them. Understood. Okay. Yu So-yeon cleared the way to her family's home with Ose-hyuk. Why am I paired with this musclehead? Alright. Then, shall we go? To the center of the disaster. That slightly raised area over there looks like the entrance to the labyrinth. The higher-ranked monsters are fewer in number, but overall, there are a lot of them. Think a strategy where our family's agents gather and break through a single point. With Ju-hyuk following behind, could work. That's the most normal, but I think it's going to take too long. Still, that method seems to be the best option, but do you have any other suggestions? There is. Ju-hyuk Nim. Grr. What's this? He cut down all the monsters in one strike. It now makes sense to say that a high school student is a strong contractor. It's a Constellation level force. It's okay. Then, let's hurry up and get into the labyrinth. That's right. Didn't she tell me to wear this ring in order to defeat the labyrinth boss? I'm done with my preparations. I'll quickly break through the labyrinth. Great Britain Ventric Street. Seeing that information about the catastrophe is only surfacing now, it seems like the Korean government is just now getting a grasp of the situation. Ventric family head Adelia Ventric. According to the latest update I received, about 50 of the civilians have been evacuated, and I heard that Kim Ju-hyuk has also guided well towards the center of the disaster. He's going to the center alone. Is Kim Ju-hyuk really planning to single-handedly destroy the source of the disaster, the labyrinth? The constellation asks, how much time has passed? Holy constellation, you're awake. It's been about 3 months. The constellation is thinking. The constellation asks, where's the master? Ju-hyuk Nim is. It looks like you're swinging your sword casually, but in reality you're cutting them mercilessly. Is this Wuxin style? What's this? Been quiet for a while, then suddenly spouting nonsense. Where did you hear that? It seems like your disciples, who used to climb the Tower of Doom when you were the Tower Master, used to call it that. My students. It's just a name they arbitrarily attached to their swordsmanship for monster hunting. Calling it Wuxin style sounds lame. Is that so? By the way, the labyrinth is bigger than I thought. If I deal with monsters one by one, I'll be late. Then. What did you do? Shut up, because I'm looking for the labyrinth's core with mana detection. Usually, the boss of a labyrinth spawns at a core-like location. Then the place where you can feel the great mana is where the boss is. Found it. It was at the bottom. As far as I know, the inside of the labyrinth can't be easily destroyed. Yes, so. I also bought my student's ability. Is it you? The boss. And his weapon is a spear. It's a humanoid. If we're just talking about weapon range, this side is at a slight disadvantage, but if we throw in sword techniques or utilize the abilities of the Luminous, we should be fine. But all I need to destroy the labyrinthine core, the labyrinth stone, next to that guy. I think it's better to aim for a counterattack or a stab rather than swinging wildly. Are you coming closer like this to be helpful? Oh my gosh. The range of his swing is no joke though. It's like a blade because there's magic imbued even in the stick. This is annoying. When he attacks, he keeps his distance, making it hard for me to counterattack. Are you being pushed back, Kim Hyun? Are you crazy? The reason I got pushed back by this guy on purpose. It was to separate that guy and the labyrinth stone. Well, just in case, though. Instead of using the luminous abilities, shall I handle this my own way? Ugh. Arg. Cooper. It feels like something's been sucked into the ring. What could it be? It seems like it absorbed the name that the guide mentioned. You wouldn't have heard it, but wait, what did you say earlier? That I'm being pushed back. Did you forget things easily as it's been a while since you've been hit? I am sorry. Then let's get out of here before the labyrinth falls. Ha! Isn't it the spear the boss dropped? Why isn't this being absorbed and still left alone? Just in case, should I take it with me? Labyrinth Master, the disaster is over. Is that so? How many days did it take this time? It took about 2 hours. 2 hours. How long did the last disaster last? It lasted for 5 days. That's quite a shortening of time. I think the overall level has gone up, thanks to making the guys who took the name into Constellations instead of reincarnating them. That's right. Is there anyone who has done an exceptional job in this disaster? Actually, the labyrinth disappeared so quickly that I'm still trying to figure it out. Well, it's okay. We'll find out in time anyway. Then let's move up the plan a little earlier. We'll spread out the names. It'll be incomparable to the previous disaster. We'll use a different method for spreading them, so get ready. Alright, Master. I'm looking forward to it. The day we'll feast on the powerful ones. Did he take care of the assassination unit of the bad guys by himself? And even stopped a disaster this time. That's cool. This guy would be perfect for boosting our reputation. Baekjang leader Alchemist John. If we assassinate that guy now, we could make a sensational debut instantly. What do you think? Of course, you're right. However, if we prepare too lightly, it might be dangerous. Well, definitely, he feels different from Kim Joo-hyuk, who we initially had our eyes on. If Kim Joo-hyuk was A grade during the entrance ceremony in the inter-school competition, now he feels like S grade. That's right. Well then, I guess I'll have to move it myself. Call up the men. Do we plan a surprise attack on Kim Joo-hyuk? Valhalla Dormitory. I'm so tired. I've now completely absorbed the magic power from the storage stone, and my available magic power has significantly increased compared to the beginning